15 साल हो गए आपको स्पेस में गए हुए, कोई खबर नहीं, कोई पता नहीं। जब हमारे बच्चे पूछेंगे कि उनके पापा कहाँ हैं, तो मैं क्या जवाब दूँ? सलवपी। Hi guys, welcome back to the Beautiful Woman Show. For this episode, I called up comedian and fellow beautiful woman Supriya Joshi, and we talked about everything that is dear to us. That is BTS, Drag Race, and YouTube drama. Let's get it.
Hey, hi, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
I usually ask people how they're doing, like what they've been up to, like during the lockdown, because that's when they started. But I think it's been going on for so long that I think that question is a bit redundant from now. Don't you think that? What have you been up to? What is going on? How have you been?
Yeah, I mean, I will echo your sentiment with it's been extremely redundant to even answer this question, ki what's up, because nothing's up, honestly. But I feel like now, I think either humanity is very fed up or we have just convinced ourselves that this is over. So, most people are resuming normal life again.
Right.
I haven't yet. I'm still locked up, holed up in this house. As far as what have I been up to? Let's see. I've been cooking a lot. I have discovered the joy of cooking, and sorry, I'm going off on a tangent here. Are you a science student, or what have you studied?
No. In college I did fashion, and in school also I did fashion designing. So mostly arts, I
Oh,
guess.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So I'm an art student through and through.
Right.
So I have discovered key, and I'm very dumb also. Just putting it out there, I'm a dumb person. So
I mean,
I've discovered through cooking, I've discovered it's science, and you have to get everything is down to a scientific formula, and just the right amount of salt, right amount of heat, right amount of ghee, right amount of this, that cooking, and it's so exhilarating. After making something that I never thought I can make in my entire life,
right.
and that product is in front of you, and it tastes store bought, it tastes delicious, and then I'm just like, oh, I'm a scientist. Wow, I feel great. So in my own art student way, I feel like a scientist now because I've just loved cooking, and I think that's my number one and possibly only accomplishment of this lockdown is that I
I
just cooked
know,
a lot.
I know what you mean. It's a complete science. That's what intimidates me about cooking, because I'm not good at it. But whenever I try it, it's just like it's just a whole thing where, like, you have to take this much. Even if it's like 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon extra, thoda bhi, like 1 pinch extra, then it's just like off completely. But the
Yeah,
thing is that the thing
especially
that I've
baking.
noticed is that if I make something, then it never tastes good. Like other people say that it tastes good, but for me, it never tastes good. Like the way that they're saying it tastes good. I don't know. Is that a
Hmm.
common thing, or is it just that I'm a bad cook and people are just nice around? I just
I
want
don't know, man.
to my
I
people.
guess for me, food is very important because I like, and I don't mean I don't like I don't I'm not I don't mean food like, oh, I love eating all the time. I
Mhm.
just like eating good food. I love eating good food. I love eating different preparations of a certain thing. So for me, like, my palate is sort of used to, like, I can get it if it's bad. So if I eat it and I know it's bad, it's bad. Like, no matter what my family says, I am convinced it's bad. But if there's something that I've eaten and it's incredibly good, I'm I'm just impressed with myself only. So I feel really, so now it's like, I think that chef's conviction, I'm in no way, shape, form a chef. But when a chef is convinced na कि अरे ये dish तो क्या class बनाया यार मैंने. So then you don't need anybody's validation after that, because I really liked what I made. So I don't care what, but people like it only. So
Are you
it's
are
good.
you an adventurous eater? You eat?
Definitely. I mean, there are certain things that I'm allergic to, and there are certain things that I don't eat. But
Right.
apart from that, bring it on. I'll eat anything. If it's prepared well, if it's a well prepared dish, I
Mhm.
will eat it and then enjoy it.
So I'm not at all an adventurous eater. So, but I do like what I like. Like I'm not a picky eater, but if I like something,
Hmm.
then I'll eat a lot of it. But otherwise, I
Hmm.
I won't eat anything. Otherwise, so it's
What is something that you really like to eat?
I really like chicken in any form. I'm
Yeah, even I love chicken.
obsessed.
I made chicken biryani today. Whoop.
Speaking of things that are amazing, so recently only, I think it's been about 2 months, I think, I can like a couple of months maybe, that so I was not a huge BTS fan. Like it just completely segueing into like completely like moving to like a
All good.
topic. So the thing is that I was not a BTS fan. Like not, I did not dislike them. I was just not aware. Like so,
Aware, yeah.
like my sister is a huge fan. Like my little sister, she's a big, huge fan. Like has been since like a long time. And so she's been trying to like kind of get us into the whole fold and like stuff. But we've never really like, because I used to watch a lot of K dramas, so I used to like all the like OSTs and stuff. So I was aware of K-pop. It's not that I was never into it like me. But then I think when Dynamite released, I think I was commissioned to I think write an article on the song, and plus like the other like kind of compiler listicle and that sort of thing. So then I did my research, and then I think I can like pinpoint the exact time, and I was just like, I think I'm in a cult now, because I will for these boys. Like I went from like complete indifference to just like intense obsession like this.
Yeah.
What is it? What is this about them? Like 2 months, and I'm just like, I don't even remember what my life was like before. Like that when I discovered like what do you think? What
Same
you
here.
fans?
I really, you know what? I really don't know. Because this is something that I've discussed with my sister as well. He, both of us, we love music, okay? And I feel like our whole life, we have had certain phases of, like we went through Backstreet Boys, we went through the Beatles, we went through Elvis, we went through Metallica, then we went to heavy metal, then rap, R&B, la 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 la. But that's for a person who only understands English, Hindi primarily, it's obvious ki, it's very natural to like a certain musician who will sing in a language that you understand. We also used to hear little bit K-pop, nothing extreme. I went through a little bit of phase myself a long time ago. But it is sort of, how do you explain it? Because the moment we heard, both of us, we started getting into again, like properly getting into K-pop, and then BTS. At first listen, you don't even know what they're talking about. Like I had no idea. I just heard the beats and I liked it. Then I saw the music video. I really liked it, and then I read the translation, and I was like, what? This is what they were talking about? That's incredible. How, wow. So I wish I knew how a person becomes from zero to army in a month. I don't know, but I think there has to be some kala jadoo or magic or some subliminal messaging that is going on here.
I'm all for it. Like I'm okay with it. Like if
I'm fully okay with it, because they're not saying anything wrong. They're not saying anything frivolous. They're actually making good music. So why not?
So, what do you remember the exact like song or exact moment where you thought that I think I'm in it for the like?
Yeah, the first BTS song I heard was "Dope," and had not seen the music video until heard the song first. I didn't see the music video, but then I saw the music video, and my mind was really blown. And I think that's a great starting song for anybody who doesn't know who BTS is, because it showcases everything. It showcases their dancing. It's that music video, the dance, incredible. It shows their singing, of course. It shows the boys, and they're very, very cute in that in every song, but like particularly that one, because they're all in uniforms. And then you read the lyrics, and you're like, wait, this is talking about my life. Like they're talking about being working class people. They're talking about working hard. They're talking about I won't give up on my dreams, and I'm like, hey, these are things I talk about. So wow, that's awesome. So that "Dope" was the first song I heard of BTS, and I was like, now I have to investigate what this is about.
Did it ever intimidate you? Like, because even before like I discovered and I started liking BTS, I was aware of like the army. You know what I mean? Like this, and they're pretty, very protective. They're very like there are I think there are a lot of unsaid rules also, like which I'm still not fully aware of. So were you intimidated by like but not, because since you are a kind of like you have influence, like you have a lot of followers, so like saying the right wrong thing. Have you ever like Have you ever faced that?
So when I got into BTS at that time, the level of blowing up that has happened now, it wasn't so much over at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So they were huge, of course, but I think lockdown may they have become incredibly huge. Like now they're untouched. Yeah, exactly. They become, you can't touch them level huge. But at that time, they were just going to release Love Yourself Tear. That is the point where it was right after Love Yourself Her and right before Love Yourself Tear. That's the point where I became an army. And at that time, I didn't know anything about this. I didn't know any. I didn't know what army meant. And I used to go on Instagram Live and I used to talk about BTS. And there'll be a lot of people who'd write army, army, army on my this thing chat, and I didn't know what it meant. So I asked him, "What does army mean?" Then someone told me, "Who is your bias?" And I'm like, what does bias mean? I don't know. So, so at that point, I felt I didn't feel any form of intimidation because I didn't know.
Mm.
And then when I joined Twitter, when I converted my Twitter to just BTS Twitter, which is when I discovered that this is actually a pretty huge network
Right.
of very like-minded, single-minded, basically individuals. So, as with everything, you have to tread carefully. Social media is a strange place. It can be used for great,
Mm.
which armies have used for great, but sometimes things get really out of hand. So
Right.
you have to take a step back, and because it's not good for your mental health at all.
Mm.
So yeah, then I deleted my Twitter. I'm no longer on Twitter. I enjoy just I enjoy sanity, so I just left that place. And but yeah, I didn't know about how strong the army was before, but I know now. I know, and I'm in every way part of it as well, in my own way.
So who is your bias? Like,
My bias is Jin, worldwide handsome. My first bias was JK. Then I googled him and I saw he's, I think, 10 years younger than me.
mm,
I was like, ये तो
a bit,
बहुत ही खराब है.
yeah.
He's too young. So
Like, thoda,
then
he's cute,
he's too
but
young.
thoda
He's
bacha.
he's such as my feelings towards the younger members of the group is very maternal. So I feel like I feel like tucking them in bed and just reading them a good night story. I feel very maternal towards them, but I love Jin. I mean, I love all of them, but like my bias is Jin because I feel in many ways our thoughts are very similar on many things, and he speaks about the things I speak a lot about as well. So
No, I agree. I think like same with the like younger members. I don't feel icky, but I feel like thoda like weird. I was like, ठीक है, they're cute. They're like,
yeah,
and I also like, but I think my bias is RM, and I mean,
yeah,
obviously
I
all
know
of them are like incredible, but like RM is like,
that.
yeah,
RM is. Oh, have you heard his solo albums?
the this one
No.
Mono, no the
Yeah,
yeah yeah
it's such a beautiful album. Mono is, and I think one of the few weeks back or something, I was just listening to not Mono. I was listening to Love, his song, just
right
Love,
right.
and I was dissecting the not. I was not dissecting the
Mhm.
lyrics. I was talking about just the sheer lyricism and the sheer. It's so incredible. Like you just have to pay a little bit of attention, and you have to make the effort to find out. Unless you're a native speaker, of course, you find out what he's talking about. And I just thought it was so beautiful, like how he has described love and person
Mhm.
as interchangeable things. And
Uh,
I thought that's so. How do you think like
Not to
that?
think that way. That just like makes me so mad that there are some people who just think like so differently than like the rest of us. It makes me a little bit mad also. It's like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. It's because why couldn't I think of that,
yeah,
right? Because
like it's such a thing. When you say it, then it's such a simple thing. Like when you put it out there. So why didn't I
yeah,
think this? It's like
I mean, you have to be RM, I guess, to be able to think like that.
yeah. I always like again you think of K-pop and you think of even pop music in general, and you don't think actually that there is just so much behind it. Also, like so, I
Yeah,
that's why I like BTS a lot. I think I've immediately started like liking BTS so much more than any other group or any other this thing, because I feel like they're always like there's always a depth. Like even in the most bubblegum pop of like songs, there's always like depth. Even in like say Boy with Love. And on
Yeah.
it will seem just like a peppy sort of dance song, but then you kind of listen to the lyrics, you kind of see their intention and the message and stuff, and then it's just like blows your mind every single time, and I'm just like,
Yeah, seriously. That's what I said, because nothing that they have ever made is frivolous or nothing. And there's nothing wrong in being frivolous, of course. I enjoy a good WAP because it's a great empowering song, of course. But like, their music always stands for something, and I think that's why they enjoy. No, they have the amount of success they do, because the people they're talking to, young people, they really want to hear these things. They really want to hear someone encouraging you. And I think because uh, they are a rags to riches story,
mm-hmm.
so in many things that they say, it really feels very relatable, like, and it's also very aspirational. Like, they have worked so hard and to get to where they are, which could also mean that this can happen for me as well. If I work hard and I'm talented, then
Mm-hmm.
I can get where BTS is also. So it's it's uh, it's good messaging. It's good messaging.
And also I think, I don't know if it's if that is true or not, but I feel like what sets them sort of apart also from the other groups also, I think you don't feel that way of I mean, I like Taylor Swift, I like Ariana Grande, but I never find them relatable. I mean, I don't find,
Hmm.
I'm not saying BTS is intensely relatable, but I kind of don't you kind of feel like, oh, poor little rich girl type wala, that thing, you don't feel
Yeah,
that way with them, because you feel like they've been through a lot. They're and also right now also I think their life also is also extremely under the lens all the time. They have to work so much, so hard to just entertain us. You know what I mean? They're constantly living together, living apart from their family. They can't date in public. They can't. There's so many rules that they have to follow constantly. And I'm sure it's not. I mean, they must be getting a lot of money, sure. But the kind of work they're putting, I don't think anybody else is even close to that. Maybe they are. I'm not.
yeah,
And I'm not saying anybody works less than less hard or anything. But
yeah.
I feel I also want to hang out with them. I've never wanted to hang out with Taylor Swift or Ariana Grande or anybody. Even I want
Yes,
to wear
exactly.
a machine, but I never want to hang out with them. I want to hang out with BTS.
I absolutely agree. I just want to chill out with them once. I want to go to an amusement park with them. Like, I just want to have a friend date with them. I feel like it'll be so much fun, and I think they feel like very fun people also. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
you never feel that way about them. Ki, oh, they're crying about whatever their issues. It doesn't whatever finance. It just does never
yeah,
feel that way. You always feel empathy for whatever they're going through. And I know that you went to one of their concerts, right?
yes,
What
yes,
was that
I
like?
did. It was the best experience. It was the best experience of my life. Because okay, I'll give you a very short version of it because the story is very long. So I'll start it from the point where we reached, but we are at the stadium. I'll tell you from that point on.
Okay.
Basically,
You went
this
to
is in
Korea.
Bangkok.
You went to, you
No,
went.
it's in Bangkok, because Korea tickets you cannot buy. Forget about it. Bangkok you can still try.
Mhm.
So yeah. So we were. So how many of us went? One, two. My sister, me, one, two, six of us. Six of us went, but we were all sitting separately. We couldn't get seats together. And my sister also, we were in the same section but different rows. So she was in like 3 rows ahead of me, and I was. So anyway, so it's Bangkok. It's April, peak humidity, peak heat. We don't know. We are not prepared for this, so we don't have anything. We don't have any chhatri. We don't have any cap. We don't have anything, and I'm freaking dressed all black because I'm a fool. And we managed to get to the stadium. We had to wait so long to get the light stick. We wanted to buy it for the concert, and we in the sun we just standing there, standing, and then finally we were allowed to go inside. And I had the worst migraine. I had the splittingest of splitting headaches. I felt like I'm going to die, for probably I will die here. And then we're all seated, and now the sun is setting, and everyone's sitting, everyone's chilling. And then the pre-concert thoda sa, hyping music starts. So we are all, I'm still like controlling myself, like, okay, fine. I'm like, I'm enjoying being with everybody here. And then suddenly this light, all the lights go off, all the lights go off, and then suddenly boom, and one light comes, and we know Idol is going to start. I screamed so hard. I think I burst some blood vessels in my head. I don't know what happened, but I was screaming and I felt nothing. I felt no pain. And then BTS just appears on stage, and you're like, what? What? These people, they are here in front of my eyes. Is this real? And then you're looking around, and there are people of every nationality there, and they're all screaming. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually here. And it was so amazing. It was the best thing that has ever happened to me last year. And there was this one medley that they played. उस medley में the run was there. So RM was like, everybody stand up, let's have fun. And all of us stood up. Okay. Now the section that I was in, so it's a stadium, right? So all the seats are like steps. Okay. All the rows are steps. There's no railing in front of you. So it's just steps and seats. So like, yeah, everybody stand up. Everybody stood up. Now, buddy, start jumping, jump. And I'm jumping. And suddenly I'm airborne. I fall down to the row below me. I fell down from the first row down to the seat. And I'm so grateful they were not sitting, they were standing up. These two girls in that seat. I fell on their seat. And then they realized that, oh my god, he's fallen. I said, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm okay.
I don't care.
Just push me back up. Just push me back up. Those two petite girls, they pushed me back up to my seat. I don't know how they did it, how I mustered the energy. My knee was bleeding. I didn't care. I was like, I don't care. Nothing matters. This is fun. And like I think it was a 3-hour concert, but you can't, like, the time just flies. And but yeah, it was just, I wish that every army gets to see them live in concert, because it's one experience that you will never forget as long as you're alive.
Speaking of amazing fandoms, what
Yes.
like I know you're also one of the other things that we have in common is I think we both like Drag Race like a lot.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
What was the season that you first saw RuPaul's Drag Race?
I first saw just clips of Willem's season, the on YouTube. And what was the first season I saw? You know, my memory is so bad. Hold on, I'm going to tell you because I want to get it right.
75 years later.
Yeah, it's probably season 6. I think I started watching it from season 6. Yes.
That's a good
Yes.
season to start. That's a good season. I think all of them. I think season 6 was. I think completely like all of them were across the board. I think they were pretty.
All of them are incredible. I feel like this is my favorite season also, because everybody was good and every drama was great. Wow, started playing. Stop. Yeah. I feel I think I started watching in season 6, but I actually started watching RuPaul because Willem has this show Beat Down, I think. Beat Down on YouTube.
Right.
So I randomly saw that show and I was like, wait, who's this person so interesting? And then I discovered, oh, they're on this show called Drag Race, and the clips of them in Drag Race. And then I started watching Drag Race and my mind was blown. I was like, why have I not seen this show before? This is the best show I've ever seen in my life. I love it. Truly love it.
There are so many reactions just like on the internet, like everywhere. So I think I was aware of it, but I've never seen it. But then I saw, I think season 8, I think I saw. And now I think, like, no offense to like anybody, but I think it's a pretty boring season like compared to the other
Yes.
season 8. And,
Agree.
Yeah, and then I started watching like the rest. I think for some reason I don't know why most people don't like it, but my favorite season is season 9 with Sasha
Season 9.
Shay. Yeah, it's just like such a
Oh, yes.
yeah, no,
Sasha.
it's like a lot. I think that it has some really good queens with like Valentina, Trinity, Sasha, and Shay. Do you like normal Drag Race seasons or like all stars? Which one do you prefer?
The recent All Stars I have not liked very much, especially this current one was not good.
Kind of a boring season, don't you think? Like
Very boring.
I was just like, she'll only win. No offense to like.
Obviously, it's very obvious.
She's only win.
And if somebody else won, that would be unfair for Shea Coulee, because Shea is incredible.
Yeah, she was on. I don't think she even had to come like to All Stars. I think she after even like on season 9 also, and even after that, I think she kind of like made her mark. Like yeah, but I liked her. I like Jujubee also, but then I was just like, I didn't like the entire season. It was just like बेकार का drama and like.
Yeah, I would have been happy if either of them won, honestly, but I knew that Shea Coulee would win this. There was, I mean, I love Jujubee, but I feel like Jujubee and Raven's Jodi is the best Jodi. In general, like they are the best couple, you know, on Drag Race that I've seen. So, like they their energies are incredible. I really like them. But yeah, I would have been happy either way. I would have been actually very very happy if there was no Shay in this and Jujubee one. I would have been super happy.
Like Jujubee
But
did get a chance, right? I mean, she was in I think All Stars 1 as well.
yeah, I don't know. Now they keep changing changing up their formats and everything.
I think there are
So,
enough
yeah.
queens left who will come on, who will agree to appear on All Stars. I think they're recirculating like the
Yeah.
queens only. I feel like.
I feel they should do a best of All Stars also. Best the winners of All
And
Stars.
I think Bob the Drag Queen has been pushing that like a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
On all pit stops and all, she's always like, "Oh, let's do it, let's do it." And it's like, yeah,
It should happen. I think it would be great. Or even not even All Stars, just winners of previous winners, and they compete against each other. I think even that would be great. But I think most will not even compete. I don't think so.
I know. Why would they? I mean, can
Why
you
would they?
think so much like effort and winning something and then coming back again, putting yourself through all that again? And
Unless the incentive is incredible.
who's your
All
favorite
the
of all like time?
my favorite queen of all time. I have too many. Okay, like there can't be one because I love them for different reasons.
Right.
So who's my number one? I'm gonna say of the moment, Katya is my favorite. Of right now,
Yeah.
Katya is my favorite. I think she's freaking relatable. She's hilarious, and I told you before, right? Like my sense of humor, I like to laugh at things which are absurd. So if you follow them on Instagram, what kind of stories they upload? But I just think it's too funny. And Katya and Trixie also again they make a great pair. It's my favorite show, but I think they only work in a pair. I don't like Trixie very much on her own, but Trixie and Katya in this show, incredible, best show, too good.
I completely agree. So speaking of like, because Trixie is now a YouTuber, a beauty YouTuber.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't even know.
I haven't seen her channel. She does these like weekly, yeah. And she collaborates with all these like YouTubers as well. So do you follow like who's your favorite beauty guru, like beauty YouTuber of all time?
It keeps changing. Okay, so right now I think the person whose tutorials I watch the most is Robert Welsh. I think he is very like he actually taught me a lot recently. But I think the person who taught me the most is Nikki Tutorials because before I saw her tutorials, I didn't know that I have hooded eyes. I didn't know that. Like I didn't know this concept even exists. And I would see her videos and I would think, oh, her eye shape or her eye fold and everything is very same as mine.
Right.
And I would be struggling to put eyeshadows and they just disappear because my eye just it's hooded. I can't see it. Yeah, I can't see it. So, but the way she applies her eyeshadow and the way she was showing it, I was like, oh, okay. So you can actually a crease doesn't mean this. This also can mean a crease. You have to make your own crease if you wanted to. So I feel the maximum about makeup I have learned is from Nikki tutorials, but I think now the maximum actual makeup techniques that you can use for daily life, I think Robert Welch I learn a lot from.
Do you follow these dramas, like all these YouTuber dramas?
I love it. My YouTube page is just tea spill pages.
See,
I just
think at this point, I just like there are only two YouTubers that I follow: Brittany Broski and this one, T-Spill. Literally.
yeah, Brittany Broski. Yeah, T Spill is the one whose music is exposed. Yeah. I love that
She
page.
does such a
It's
great
such a-
job of just like summarizing everything in a concise. I don't like other drama channels. I think they go on
yeah,
and on, but she just like
yeah.
tired.
This guy? What's his name? Def Noodles. Have you seen Def Noodles?
I don't think
He's so loud,
yeah.
and he just whatever he the daily drama basically he's presenting, but he's talks so much and he talks so loudly that I don't want. But T Spill, I feel like a friend is giving me gossip and I'm listening,
She says it in
enjoying it.
yeah, completely. I love it. But what's your
Yeah.
like? It sounds a bit weird, but what's your favorite drama? Like so in the recent past, what has been
The whole Jeffree Star, James Charles, Tati Westbrook,
There's been so many.
the the most explosive one, the
The
most
first one,
explosive one.
the first one.
Yeah, it was the best. I think the best drama.
Mm.
That's such a bad thing to say,
Ah,
but
actually, but it's just so like that's what my sister was also saying that she was just like, why are you so invested in like in these people? Like I can't stop. Like it's just so interesting to me. It's just like blowing my mind.
I was even talking to my friends who have no idea who these people are, and I was giving them minute by minute updates कि अरे अभी इसने ऐसा बोला, अभी उसने ऐसा बोला, इसने ये वीडियो. But James Charles' final video was incredible, man. Like his last video of
Yeah.
Bye Sisters. Oh,
Yeah.
what a video! That's a karara thappad, like to the face
Like,
of
he's
everyone.
I'm not a fan exactly.
Yeah.
I like him. Like I like him better than the other YouTubers, other beauty YouTubers because I think he did this show also. I think called something about influencers. I think he called beauty
Yes,
influencers.
it was not a bad show at
It's
all. It was
pretty good show. I
perfectly.
was expecting it to be a little bit like thoda cringy and weird, but it was not. It was actually quite a
It was good. It
yeah.
was a good show.
Like I'm always like I don't even know what's going on with my friend's life, but I know what's going on with Gabby Hanna's life. Like right now,
Oh,
like,
yes.
like yeah.
What do you think about the whole Gabby Hanna thing, though?
Ah, and like again, it was so sad because if you realize that the girl must be going through a lot, like like you don't know, right? I mean, we get one side of the story and but whatever the case is, she is going through. It was pretty clear she was going through a lot of some
Yeah.
down when all those videos happen. But then you're kind of enjoying it, also watching it. You're watching all those TikToks making fun, and just like it kind of makes you think, like just re-examine, like what have we become? And it's just
Yeah. You really. I mean, you will laugh at it also, but then also you'll feel like, oh man, this girl is probably going through stuff. Why am I laughing at this? I shouldn't be laughing at it. So I think that's the risk of putting yourself out there on the internet.
That's what I was about
Because
to ask you. Also, do you also feel sometimes that people don't, people just say stuff without realizing that there is a human being on the other? You're on the internet, people will have opinions about you.
yes, yes.
How do you deal with
I
that?
mean, I I have gone through the worst. I think I mean in my life so far, I have gone through the worst um, when it comes to harassment and people being awful. I have gone through it. It is very bad. It feels very bad because I think not I think in that at that moment in my life, I was also going through a lot of personal issues.
Right.
So combined with strangers on the internet constantly harassing you, it it is implosive. In like your mind doesn't know what to do at a point. So I'm very grateful I got out of that scenario. I pushed myself out of it because I think with the internet, with the mob who comes to like freaking harass you, they stay and then they move on to the next person. So you just have to, I think, you just have to ride it out. Just delete your social media for a week or two until everything quiets down, then come back to it. But now I just laugh. That's usually been my go-to. Like that's what I usually do is I laugh because I mean a person took time out of their day to let me know that I'm an awful person. I mean, that's hilarious. I think that's funny. So now I laugh at these things. I engage with some comments who are really like mind-blowingly dumb, and and most of the times, now I don't even really look at my comments anymore, even though they must be positive because I have incredible amounts of social imposter syndrome. So even when I read a nice positive comment, I feel really anxious about it. So I just try to stay away from my comments in general because it's okay. I just put my stuff out there. I'm enjoying. That's enough. And once in a while, if गलती से मैंने कोई comment देख लिया जो negative है, and I feel like laughing at it, then I engage with it. Otherwise, let it go. Whatever.
The
Doesn't matter.
funniest comments to me about these things are when people tell you that they're unfollowing you or they DM you that, now I'm unfollowing you. I'm just like, then do it. Why are you telling me? What will I do with it?
Yeah, do you want a refund or something? Is that why you're telling me? Why are you
I'm
telling
not
me?
going to like make a case for myself. I'm not going to present like, no, please, like, just stay.
Yeah, here's a PowerPoint presentation about why you should
It's like,
continue
or
following me.
maybe conduct like an exit interview.
So
Like,
dumb. And
what went
sometimes people,
it just makes me like what have we become? Why have we reached here? Like, that this is all
yeah,
they can just come and say this. Like, I agree with you that most of the time it's best to just ignore them, but it's just like makes me so mad. What are the kids doing? Like, why?
yeah.
What they like?
I don't know. I mean, I feel the one thing is that with social media, there is an amount of familiarity with the person you're following, even though you don't know each other in real life. But I think that has escalated to a point where people take too far. Like, I wouldn't even talk to my best friend in that way. I wouldn't even say such horrible things to my friend. So why should I say it to an absolute stranger?
Yeah, it is like, why do you think it's okay to say that about anybody? Like,
I feel that every person who gets on the internet needs to take a basic empathy test, and only if they pass, they should be given the internet. Otherwise, no internet.
what is the funniest
Very
thing? I'm just
utopian thing.
very random like question. What is the funniest thing on the internet right
Himesh doing things, who is an Instagram page.
now? Yeah, is it?
Um, have you not? You don't know this page?
I don't. I'm not aware. I don't think so. Is there a?
Okay, so it's yeah, it's called Himesh doing things, which is modeled after, I guess, Kanye doing things. It's the most hilarious page because well, I'm a huge Himesh Reshammiya fan.
Mhm.
So I think that page is sort of an homage to the man, the legendary
So
Himesh.
is
I
it
think
what the name suggests? Is it just image doing things?
yeah, it's just it. Okay, do you follow actual Himesh Reshammiya on his Instagram?
No, I don't.
Okay, so his stories and his posts are just uh, what did I even say? Like, they're just
There's something that
snippets
keeps me
from,
confused.
yeah, it's just snippets, just tiny moments of maybe a larger picture, and it did without context. They make no sense. Like, he'll just be standing there and he'll do this to the camera and leave. So I think I think that Himesh doing things is a delightful page. A lot of people think that is my page. I would like to clarify that it might be my page. I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no. But okay, no, it's not my page. I don't have that much patience to manage two Instagram pages.
I think I need to end this conversation right now because otherwise
Yes.
go keep going on even though I don't want to. But like but yeah, but I'm really awkward at this part. I always say this. I just like I have no idea how to end these like conversations. I just like bye to do this. So, like, thank you so much for agreeing to do this, and I good luck on the internet. It's a horrible place, but you're doing a really good job.
Thank you. I wish you the same, and I really enjoy your content also, of course. And it was a lot of fun talking to you. I didn't even know that we spoke for so long. I didn't feel like we spoke for so long.
Bye, bye,
Bye, friend.
bye. And then this.